Hello, welcome again. Let us continue our discussion with the first law of thermodynamics. In this session, let us work out some simple examples to understand the concept. Hence, the session objective is to calculate work, heat, and energy using first law of thermodynamics as applied to closed system. Let me consider this example. A stationary mass of gas is compressed without friction from an initial state of 0.3 meter cube and 0.105 megapascal to a final state of 0.15 meter cube and 0.105 megapascal. So assume that you have a cylinder like this. There is a piston. Right. Initially, the volume is here, this volume is 0.3 meter cube. And the pressure here is 0.105 megapascal. That is the initial state. Now, this we move this forward, compress this. Now, your system will be this one. Its volume now is 0.15 meter cube. And the pressure is 0.105 megapascal. That is, the pressure remains constant. So when we compress from this initial state to this state, heat is lost. There is a transfer of 37.6 kilojoule of heat from the gas during the process. How much does the internal energy of the gas change? So we know the first law for a closed system, executing a process is given by Q is equal to delta U plus W. I can write this as Q1 to 2. That is, system was initial state 1 and now the final state is 2. 1 to 2 is equal to delta U. I can write it as U2 minus U1, and the work during this process is W1 to 2. 1 to 2, you can see there's a PDV work. So integral of PDV I can write. P if I take out, because it is a constant, I can take out. Then if I integrate dV between the limits V1 and V2, it is PV2 minus V1. Pressure value is 0.105 megapascal, so it's written over here. Final volume is 0.15 meter cube, that is written over here. Initial volume is 0.3 meter cube, that is fine. Yes, calculate. And if I express this in kilojoules, it is going to be minus 15.75 kilojoule. Here we are compressing, work is done on the system. That's why it is negative. Now heat is lost from the system to its surroundings. That's Q is equal to minus 37.6 kilojoule. Right. Q value Q1 to 2 is minus 37.6 kilojoule. W1 to 2 is minus 15.75 kilojoule. Then U2 minus U1. If I calculate, I'll get minus 21.85 kilojoule. There is a minus sign here. That means the internal energy of the gas decreases in the system by 21.85 kilojoule. Thus, it's a very good example to illustrate the concept for a closed system executing a process. Let us consider another example. When a system is taken from state A to state B This is state A, state B, as shown in figure. That is, along the path ACB. This is the path ACB. 84 kilojoule of heat flow into the system during this process. And the system does 32 kilojoule of work. There is a positive work and negative heat. How much will the heat flows into the system along the path ADB if the work done is 10.5 kilojoule? That is the first part of the problem. We will revisit the second part after solving this first part. QACB is equal to 84 kilojoule. Heat is supplied from the surrounding to the system, that's why it is positive. Work is done by the system, WACB is 32 kilojoule. It is again positive. So QACB is equal to UB minus UA because it is property. End states are A and B are end states. So UB minus UA plus WACB. This is path function. This is path function. This is point function. So UB minus UA you are going to get after substituting 52 kilojoules. How much will the heat flows into the system along the path ADB if the work done is 10? Now, how much work? Now we have to find out this one. Path ADB. ADB. QADB is equal to UB minus UA plus WADB. UB minus UA, that remains the same value here. From here you can take it. WADB, that value he has given. If the work is done, if the work done is 10.5 kilojoules, 10.5, then you will get the Q value. So this is the first part of the answer. Now let us see the second part of the question. When the system is returned from B to A, along the curved path, the work done on the system is 21 kilojoules. Does the system absorb or liberate heat, and how much of the heat is absorbed or liberated? Let us consider this part. QB to A is equal to UA minus UB plus WB to A. Correct. Now, I have reversed this value, minus 52. That end state values, you know this from this problem. And WB to A is minus 21. So QBA is equal to minus 73 kilojoules. The system liberates 73 kilojoules of heat. Heat is lost by the system to the surroundings. Go to the next part. If UA is equal to 0, UD is equal to 42 kilojoules. Find the heat absorbed in the process AD and DB. So WADB is equal to WAD plus WDB. Correct? In this, WAD is 10.5 kilojoule. This part is not there, so only WAD 10.5 kilojoules. So now QAD is equal to UD minus UA plus WAD. So UD is 42, UA is 0 and W is equal to 10.5. So QAD is equal to 52.5 kilojoule. Okay. Process AD and process DB. QADB is equal to 60. That is nothing but QAD, QDB. QAD you know already. So I can find out QDB. So here we can illustrate the meaning of path function and point function. Okay. Again, this is I have applied the principle of closed system executing a process. Let us consider this example. A piston and cylinder machine contains a fluid system which passes through a complete cycle of 4 processes. During a cycle, the sum of all heat transfer is minus 170 kilojoule. The system completes 100 cycles per minute. Complete the following table showing the method of calculation for each item and compute the net rate of work output in kilowatt. So, if you want, you can write a coordinate system like this. There is a AB, BC, CD, D. You call it as 1, 2, or you call it as A, B, C, and D. Okay, this is the cycle AB, BC, CD, DA. During process AB, the Q value is given, W value is given, and for a system executing a process, we have to calculate delta I. In this process BC, again Q is given, work is given, calculate delta I. CD, Q is given, delta E is given, calculate W. Where nothing is given, but we know for a system executing a cycle, sigma Q is equal to sigma W. Using that idea, it is possible to calculate these things. Let us see how I have solved this problem. For process AB, Q is equal to delta E plus W for a system, closed system executing a process. So go back. He has given Q is equal to 0, delta E, and W you got 2170, and I have got delta E value. So now I can fill this. Process BC, again apply this. Q is there, delta is not there, W is given, so you can calculate delta E. For process CD, again Q is equal to delta E W. This is given, this I can calculate this. Okay. Sigma Q is equal to, if I add all these things, he has given sigma Q. The sum of all heat transfer is minus 170. That is this Q, this Q, this Q, this Q. Put together, he has given minus 170. So sigma cycle is 170 kilojoules. The system completes 100 cycles per minute. It is kilojoule per cycle. So QAB plus QBC plus QCD plus QDA is equal to minus 170 into 100, that is 17,000 kilojoule per minute. So this value is known. This value is given, this value is given, this value is given, this value is not known, you can calculate now. So that means you got this value. Again, for a cycle, delta E must be equal to 0 because sigma Q is equal to sigma W, or sigma Q minus sigma W must be equal to 0. That's why delta E is equal to 0. So I put in all these things must be equal to 0. Correct, from this equation I can calculate this one. Now for the process D to A, from this equation I can calculate WT. That's how I can complete the cycle. I can complete the table. So this is how the table is. Now, you know that cyclic integral or sigma Q is equal to sigma W for a cycle. Q value is known to you, so also the work value is known. Now, let us consider another example. The internal energy of a certain substance is given by the following equation. U is equal to 3.56 PV plus 84, where U is given in kilojoule per kg, P is in kilopascal, V is in meter cube kg. I think actually this symbol should have been small u. I'm sorry, such mistakes happen if you are a little careless. A system composed of 3 kg of this substance expands from an initial pressure of 500 kilopascal and a volume of 0.22 meter cube to a final pressure of 100 kilopascal in a process in which pressure and volume are related by the equation PV to the power of 1.2 is equal to constant. Later we will see this kind of a process, we call it as a polytropic process. If the expansion is quasi-static, find Q, delta U and W for the process. A, this is given. U is equal to 3.56 PV plus 84. Delta U, that is U2 minus U1, that is 3.56 P2 V2 minus P1 V1. Okay, therefore delta is equal to 3.56, say P2 V2 minus P1 V1. I have written. Now P1 V1, the relation is P1 V1 to the power of 1.2 is equal to P2 V2 to the power of 1.2. This is how the expansion happens. That is related by PV to the power of 1.2 constant. From this equation, I can find out what is V2. I'll be getting this value as 0.845 meter cube. You know now these values. This is P2, this is V2, this is P1, this is V1. You can clearly see that initial pressure of, that is P1, 500 kilopascal. To your, to your volume of 0.22 meter cube and final pressure of 100 kilopascal. Right? So these values I have given, right? Initial volume is also known. Pressure is also known. So now you are going to get, after substituting these values, you will get delta U is equal to minus 91 kilojoule. Again, for a quasi-static process, W is equal to integral PdV. Now I have the relationship PV to the power of 1.2 is equal to constant. This P I should now replace. If PV is equal to constant, then P is equal to constant by PV to the power of 1.2 is equal to constant. So P is equal to constant by V to the power of 1.2. Then I integrate this. Then I'll be getting the equation in this form. Here N is nothing but 1.2. I substitute all these things. I'll be getting the value of W. Now Q is equal to delta U plus W. Delta U I'll get from here. W I'll get from here. Then I'll be finding out Q value, which is nothing but 36.5 kilojoule. Now go to the second part of the problem. If in another process the same system expands according to the same pressure volume relationship, that is PV to the power of 1.2 equal to constant, from the same initial state, that is initial pressure of 500 kg and a volume of 0.22 meter cube, but the heat transfer in this case is 30 kilojoules. Find the work transfer for this process. Q is given, delta U remains the same, then you can find out what is the work done, 121 kilojoule. Explain the difference in work transfer in part A and part B. The work in part B is not equal to integral PdV since the process is not quasi-static. The work in B is not equal to integral PdV since the process is not a quasi-static process. I have not found out like this. So that is what the difference is. Now let us consider another example. A gas at 65 kilopascal, 200 degrees Celsius. Okay, 65 kilopascal pressure temperature is heated in a closed rigid vessel, means it is a closed system executing a process till it reaches 400 degrees Celsius. Determine the amount of heat required for 0.5 kg of this gas if the internal energy at 200 degree and 400 are 26.6 kilojoule per kg and 37.8 kilojoule per kg respectively. Mass of the gas is given 0.5 kg. U1 is 26.6 kilojoule. U2 is equal to 37 kilojoule per kg. Since it is a rigid vessel, there is no W, right? So Q is equal to U2 minus U1 plus W. W part is 0. So that is nothing but mass into U2 minus U1, change in internal energy. So internal energy change values are given. Substitute this value, you will get Q is equal to 5.6 kilojoule. Heat required is 5.6 kilojoule. So here please understand W is equal to 0. There is no PdV. It is a rigid vessel. That's why the question of W becoming 0 over here. So you have to just observe the statements and carefully apply the principles explained earlier and need to calculate work, heat and internal energy interactions. So these clarify some of the concepts which I explained. A closed system executing a cycle, how to calculate the heat interaction, work interaction, and when a closed system executing a process, how to calculate heat interaction and work interaction. That's what exactly I wanted to illustrate through these examples. Hope you must have understood this concept. Okay, next we will meet in the next session. Till then, thank you very much.